Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jemmy, and today we're going to delve into a slice of How to Survive 2. This game is developed by EKO Software and published by 505 Games. On Steam, this game has basically an overall positive review and is currently on sale for $14.99. This game is basically a zombie survival kind of RPG kind of game. It is single player, but you can play with co-op and multiplayer over a online or local game. So if you are interested in anything zombie, then this game might exactly be just for you. So let's go ahead and take a look at what the game has to offer. As you can see here, you have the options, if you can see my mouse here, local game, online game, you have your control options as well. You can play with a controller, and then you have your basic options where you have the music volume, etc. You can do, this game has incapable Twitch streaming, so if you're one of those people who love to do your gameplay over Twitch, then that's absolutely possible for you. And then of course there's the credits and the exit button. We don't want to have like a whole like SAO moment or something like that. But anyways, so if you were to play this local game, then you could definitely do it by yourself. But if you were to play with friends online, you just need to simply create a server in a sense. So you just click on new camp and create one. You could also find other games that are already open. So let's say you weren't to do your only favorites, you could see what other people have open, and if they have it as a public server, then you could just simply join that. It's a good way to meet people. You might meet some bad people, but at the same time, you never know, you know? The world is full of people. So yeah, that's a way to connect with other people as well as play with your friends over the internet. Now, if I were to go back, you could do these local games where you create a new camp, or you can continue on. Now, this game has a lot to offer in a sense. Basically, it's kind of a game where it's WASD again, unless you use the controller modes, but it's a game where it's kind of like a dungeon-ish game or instance-related game. There's content on the outside. So let's say if I were to create a new one, right? So there's content on the outside which you can access your map and you can explore different areas that are around. And there are zombies. There are zombies around this area. Stop talking while I'm talking. So there are zombies around this area. There are items to collect as you see around here. Stop talking. And there's also like, you know, wildlife for you to hunt with the right tools. Stop talking. He keeps on talking over me. So rude. But yeah, you have this outer area where you're able to collect, you're able to encounter zombies of different types depending. You could also just kind of like, how do you say? I can't even think of the word. Explore, there you go. You could explore this area. But there are quests involved. As you see here, find the transmitter and contact its owner. As you can see, the quest is marked off right here for you. So you can use F by clicking on it, and then it starts talking to you. He's introducing himself. Lovely. Now, what I meant by instance related is because certain things you have to go into instances. So if you go in here, then it'll tell you like, hey, start, and then here's a description exactly about what it's telling you to do, as well as the objectives. You need to kill 5 and then find medicinal herbs, and then rewards, bonus XP and such and such. So you can either choose to start that, or you can choose to cancel that. You can also increase the levels depending on what you're wanting. I missed that, but let me show you right here. Increase and decrease. Obviously, if you increase, then you're going to get more experience. If you decrease or stay on the lowest one, you'll still get your experience, and you still will be able to kind of progress. So it's not bad. Now, this game, you can build your own base. So if you click on the X button, well, actually, let me close out my map. Okay. If you click on the X button, you're going to see your character right here. You are able to play female characters in a sense if you wanted to, or you can customize your character by clicking the customize option after you press X. So X and the customization option right there. Then you could click on body type, from color, accessories, hair type, beard, whatever, beard color, skin, accessories, etc., yada yada. So basically like a very, it has a little bit of customization for you to feel like you are doing something. Then you have your inventory here. Your general info is going to be listed here. Now there's two different types of camp experience. You either put your experience into your camp, which allows you to further craft, upgrade areas such as like, you know, your armory or your trunk or a kitchen to make food, or better accessory areas to make better accessories. So you need to level that up. You eventually need to level your camp up because your character cannot be a higher level than your camp. So in order to level up your character, you would obviously level it up after pressing X in the general info area. And then if you wanted to upgrade certain skills for yourself, they're right here in the skills section. You can craft minor things here with depending on the materials that you collect. Once you exit out, and I believe it is the what button it was actually. Okay. Once you press on the C button, then you're going to actually see your camp level now. So you're going to see the camp level is 1, and you can go ahead and upgrade that. And then you'll see different things that you can make under your camp. So your camp crafting is a little bit different, and then your self-crafting is a little bit different as well. And so you can see different items or buildings that you can craft depending on how, like, as more you level, the more recipes are unlocked. So yeah, so let me go ahead and go into one of these instances so I can show you a little bit more about how this goes.
Good. And get going.
So let's just say start. So as you see here, we have loaded into this instance area. You could use your tab button to kind of unlock the map as you go. I would say the melee is a little bit rough around the edges. It has a little lag involved in it, so just be careful of that. Anything that's kind of flashing hologram-ish or has a little spark to it like that, these are things that you can collect. So let's take care of this guy first. Whack, whack, whack. Oh, you can also loot the zombies after you kill them. So as you see here, I have a baseball bat, which is melee. However, you are able to craft different types of weapons depending on what level your camp is at, and then what level obviously your weapon station is at as well. So the types of weapons that you can play on this game can be from bows to pistols to rifles to axes to like hammers-ish. But with like rifles and bows, the good thing about this game is that it kind of regulates on how well you do, because there are different types of bow and the arrows that the bows use, as well as for the pistols and the rifles, you do have to create or craft ammo. So it is kind of like a cap on it, or like a little handicap on it. That way you're not being overpowered. I would say definitely though, by experience, on just, I guess maybe preference as well, I very much prefer anything range. Maybe because if zombie apocalypse were to happen, I would be farthest away from it as possible. So, but in the beginning, these bats are not bad. It's just very, as you can see here, like the combos for the animation effect continues even though you already killed it. So you just go around and collect these things. You have your objective on the top right hand corner. So once it's done, it's going to glow green, and then you just press the squiggly button, and then you can confirm quest to basically exit out, or you could continue on and kind of explore the area. You necessarily don't have to leave right away if you're looking for a little bit more experience or mats along the way. But since I've already done this one, then I'll go ahead and exit out of here. Alright, so we could turn in this quest. Let's turn it in. So we turned it in a little bit. It automatically does so it's not something special that you have to do. Once you confirm it, then you kind of get the rewards for it. So let's go ahead and level up our camp. So you see the level up, we have 1700 experience. So we're going to use it to level up our camp. These come in 4 bar brackets and the cost is listed below right here. So now I leveled it up once, but let's see how it does to our character. So it's gonna take it off of the same thing. We can't necessarily work on our character again until the camp level is increased. I'll go ahead and show you a little bit of the crafting as well since we got it. So let's say we have our normal baseball bat, but if you collect enough materials, then you can go ahead and craft other items as well as you see them. Now, if you have a trunk with the materials listed here, if you put everything in your trunk, your recipes will reflect what's in your trunk as well. So they don't necessarily have to be in your inventory, which is a good added benefit, I think. So instead of hauling everything around, because you do have a weight limit. So your control is, or your Q and E siphons through your control, which is on the bottom right or bottom left hand corner of your screen. So you can use your flashlight when it becomes nighttime, as well as, you know, eat food this way or use medicinal herbs. You use them by just clicking the control and letting the progress bar go through. Oh, and you can also run faster by pressing the space bar. Yay! I don't know why the volume is going. Kind of scary, actually. Alright, now for building bases, it is I think it's more fun to play with friends, and it gets things rolling a little bit faster because you accumulate experience a little bit faster. So this is a game that is very like group friendly. However, you can definitely do things all by yourself if you are a person who just enjoys playing games by themselves. You know, nothing wrong with that. So let me go ahead and switch to basically a group one that I already had. That way I can show you a little bit more about how the camps work. Okay, so basically we're in kind of like how a camp would look like once it's starting to be utilized. As you can see here, you see some of the trunks here that you can see. You can see what's in the inventory as you see here, as well as different types of customizations you can do. So if you're looking at the map, you can see the map is quite very big. It's actually down on the bottom as well. Now let's take a look at my character real quick here. Oops. Here we go. Character. I'm using a bow and I switched my character to a female, and this is the one that I've been using. So you can use your bows again, and you also could have a melee and a ranged weapon, so you could carry both. So one for close combat and the other one for, you know, obviously ranged combat until they get, you know, super close to you. But it's totally up to you. Now again, you can create different types of weapons. So I don't know where his armory is actually. Seems like this guy. Ah, here. So for instance, this one right here is basically kind of like the armory. You look at things that you can build over here, and again, it's going to access it's going to access your chest basically, or the trunk. It's what it's called. And so that you don't have to carry everything around. So you can make fletched arrows. You can make also crossbows as well. That's not the only thing. So the melee weapons are listed here. Firearms, if you are more so like a pistol or like a, you know, rifle type of person, or shotgun. You have bows and arrows that you can build with here, and then different types of ammos. Again, so these things, the more you upgrade them, the more different type of recipes would be unlocked. So craftings would be leading to bars and such that you can use to craft later. And when building your base, you could build additional defense items that you could put around your base. That way these zombies around the area won't be tempted to come and wreck these things, because that's what will happen. So this person has a very good base set up here. Just amazing, actually. And then you have a kitchen for kitchen items, because you do get affected by hunger and water in this game. So you do actually have to kind of watch your bar. As you can see here on the top left hand corner, I'm currently hungry right now. So maybe I should probably try to eat something. Like a can of corned beef on the bottom, and just press control, and then it'll go ahead and consume that for me. It went up a few percent, like 7%, but that's not bad. So the more you, and this is just by, you know, foraging around the area. So the more you find, or actually if you just make food, it's a little bit better for you. So yeah. So there you have it, and here is a slice of How to Survive 2. This game is a very, like I said, a social friendly game. You can access other games by just clicking the online button and seeing if there's any public servers that are up. I actually went into a public server because my private server, the original person who had made it, wasn't online, so I couldn't access it. So I just went into a public server that I had to show you these things. So if you are looking to just play with somebody but your friends aren't online, that's another option for you to go ahead. You can also play by yourself, which is not bad at all. The game is a little bit wonky on the fact of melee, and it does glitch out a little bit on me, but not to, so bad to the point where I would be saying like I'm having such a bad experience and the purchase wasn't worth it. I do think that the purchase is quite adequate. And I don't play a lot of zombie games, especially if they're kind of right in front of my face, because I do experience motion sickness, which is horrible when playing a game. But you know, this top-down view kind of gives me a little bit of a better experience, or I'm not kind of wanting to throw up in a cup while I'm playing or something like that. So yeah, I do give this game a thumbs up, and it's worth a try. So if you guys are interested in a zombie game, maybe this is something that you can look into. Alright, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I will see you next time. Bye!